All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakak Kadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son Bahashem, in the name of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in ancient Paleo Hebrew, the lost Rasta tongue, and I say Barak Thumb to the elders and apostles. Wa'aki and Wa'akwa from I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of the economical wars. Yeah, economical wars news updates as of August the 21st, 2026, on this Friday night. And this is a recent news article from Al Jazeera, which I was kind of finding surprising because, especially with the 50% tariffs, that was supposed to be a deadline. That, because at first, it was a couple of days ago, we was catching up with this story about the 50% tariffs was going to go into effect if the deadline wouldn't pass. So Canada and the United States, they had paused it for momentarily. Now, a couple of days later, now you got this recent news article right here from Al Jazeera. Because, Canada and the United States, they are, economical partners. Because they kind of been, their economical relationship kind of been rocky for the past, couple of months. I would say from last year and all the way into now, as of recent. Especially with the trade goods and manufacturing items and goods that have been imported and exported from Canada and the United States. So, their relationship, they kind of rocky from an economical standpoint. And especially with the wildfire smokes that took place a couple months ago. And the United States was threatened to use sanctions and tariffs on Canada. That situation as well, too. So, their relationship was kind of rocky, So that's why this makes perfect sense. So even the nations that's allies with one another, you still going to be seeing economical wars. So as of late, we've been definitely seeing these economical wars been increasing, especially between Iran and the United States. Now with Canada and the United States. And these are allies, Because, we so used to talking about the nuclear wars. Now we start seeing the economical wars increasing as well, too. It says, breaking news, Canada has suspended the trade negotiations with the United States after rejecting a final trade agreement. Reuters report citing Canadian and U.S. officials. So we're gonna see how this plays out. Is the United States is still going to push forth the 50% tariffs on Canada, or they not going to let it full go through? It's after Canada suspended the trade talks. Yeah, because it says again, Canada has suspended trade talks, negotiations with the United States after the U.S. It says with the U.S. after rejecting a final trade agreement. Why should they reject the final trade agreement? So if they rejected the final trade agreement, we're going to see if the United States is going to continue to push forward with the 50% tariffs. So we're going to see what the Trump administration is going to do in these next couple of days. Is they going to continue to push forth the 50% tariffs on Canada, or they're not going to let it go through? So we're going to see how it plays out, because Canada rejected the final trade agreement with the United States. So we're going to see if the United States is going to push forth this 50% tariffs on Canada. So we're going to see how it plays out within the next couple of days. And then we'll bring out that news article with the United States and Iran. Slovakia. Iran versus United States. Economic war. It says, this is from AI Review. It says President Donald Trump launched a unprecedented economic offense against Iran in August 2026 and labeled the strategic economic D-Day aimed at completely isolating Tehran. It says the overview in the economy campaign. It says the United States has intensified its financial pressure following a military escalation early in 2026. It says that strategic relies on the strategic economic blockage and the secondary sanctions. These measures target any foreign businesses and financial institutes or government that aids Iran's economy, according to the Reuters. The U.S. officials intend to collapse the Iranian regime through the total financial strangulation. It says the key targets and impacts Iran, whose central banks report selling virtually zero oil, faces several shortages of basic goods and soaring inflation and collapsed currency. China, which purchasing the vast majority of Iran's ship oil, remains primarily a vocal point for the potential U.S. secondary sanctions. The United Arab Emirates. I think it was a couple of days ago. You have United Arab Emirates cut ties with Iran after those two ballistic missiles was launched towards Iran supposedly, but Iran denied the allegations, so they cut ties with them. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, because I think they said, I think they said it's gonna rain some. I think they said it's gonna rain some really more tonight. Yeah, yeah, a little bit more. There you go. Yeah, I got it. Sure. And Mom said he might come back tonight.
He ain't coming. He ain't got to work tomorrow. Not taking you to money down fucking night rent.
Bro.
He got his truck. Some people don't let you drive their car.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Legitimate reasons to constantly move. He could enter a city without appearing unusual, spend hours or days around truck stops and highways, then leave for another state. If a woman disappeared into Toledo, public service across a county line, or even across a state border, different agencies could end up holding separate pieces of the same crime. The first confirmed murder of Colvin's Toledo period came in January 2000. Valerie Jones was 38 years old when Colvin brought her into his truck and strangled her. Instead of leaving her ready and killed her, he transported her on the way from Toledo and discovered her.
As United Arab Emirates cut ties with Iran, because they've been having recent tensions for the past couple months so far, 2026. So this is an increasing sign of economical wars between these nations. It says the international, and then I think you had, because I spoke about this earlier today when I was out there teaching. School ministry teaching today, I was mentioned that you had the United States wanted to have these other nations that's allies with them to join forces with the United States and push forth economic sanctions on Iran. Now you had some of these other nations that was allies with the United States, and then they was rejected that claim. They didn't want no dealings with pushing forth economic sanctions on Iran. And China, one of the spokesperson of China mentioned that earlier today. I think that was from RT.com. Yep. Oh, there you go. I was just talking about that. Yeah, that's the spirit. It says the international reactions. It says China rejects the U.S. pressure tactics with foreign minister officials publicly calls for diplomatic negotiations instead of sanctions. Right, because you had Donald Trump was talking about Iran is not ready for a deal yet. And then you got the United States still going to claim the control of the trade from this. So that's going to cause economical war, oil wars, sanction wars. So I believe the United States once again put economic sanctions on Hezbollah, and then they did on Iran as well too. It was that day before yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So these are increasing sands that I just mentioned. These are economical wars are increasing between these armies of our nations. So not just only nuclear wars, economical wars as well too. It says the Iranian government has dismissed the economical warfare as a sign of priority military failure with a hardliner indicating that readiness to absorb the economic pain to ensure the regime's survival. Global markets, it says, right, because the markets, they react to this as well too. It says global markets reacts to the rise in crude oil futures due to expected supply tightness. Wow. Okay, wow. Okay. Oh, you want me?
Good at all.
Yeah. You want me? Oh, you want to look at it for me? Oh,
Shoot. You good at this
oh, there.
code coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put it back. I'm gonna have to put the code back in. Wait for it to load up.
It's going to use the code. This one will be good.
Yeah.
He's dropping the crap.
Hmm.
So he's dropping the crap.
Oh yeah, we got a good cover on it. Yeah, one of these are older models.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were doing it. They should fuck with it. Shoot. No, please. Yeah, that's been that's been
Yeah.
he dropped me.
Yeah. Take it out. what I'm saying, yeah, so the global markets, they react to this well too. It says the global markets react with the crude oil. It says the future due to expect supply tightness from broader financial markets observe pressure from the widening geopolitical conflict. So this is looking for Mark chapter 3. It's the book of Mark chapter 3 verse 24. It says, and if a kingdom lead the back except for you, understand. So in this modern kingdom, which is ruled by Esau Edom, especially from an economical perspective, we see these economical wars between these Edomite nations and these other nations will to continue to increase. This is Matthew 24 and verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Right, so we see in these wars and rumors of wars, especially these economical wars. So the United States want to use this economical warfare on Iran. So with that, this was just a quick. This was just a quick sit-down lesson of the economical wars, news updates as of August the 21st, 2026, on this Friday night. So hopefully this is edifying. So with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai B'Hashem, Barakah Kadash, and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son B'Hashem, and Salaki, in the name of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, those are their true names in ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Rosh Kodash, the Holy Tongue, and I say Barakathon to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim, Wa'akwa. Until next time, I would say Korma Shalala, and the Ball, and Shalom.